participating in respectability politics in 2026? So I'm on Threads and I see this post where this woman says that she sent her daughter to school in a bonnet because she didn't finish her hair and obviously, she needs to go to school. She responds and says that the teacher or some administrator then proceeded to take the bonnet off of her child and embarrass her and basically say that, oh, it's against school policy. Now, truthfully, if the goal was redirection, I would think that you would call the mother and not take a bonnet off a child and embarrass her. But I'm seeing mad comments of women, black women, talking about, oh, well, you shouldn't have sent her to school like that in the first place. So Alabama Barker can get her ass up here in a bonnet, and you motherfuckers will be like, oh, everybody can wear a bonnet. I don't like how y'all like to surround bonnets with negativity and shame. If I need to protect my hair, that does not take away from my ability to be educated or take away from my education. Y'all need to stop. Absolutely unacceptable, and I hope that baby's having a wonderful day right now.
I'm a person who don't give a fuck how white people view us. Mm-hmm. And I hate when people say like, oh, this is going to make us look so bad. This is why they look at us like this. I grew up watching videos of civil rights activists in suits and ties and dresses get hosed down and dogs sicked on them. I don't give a fuck about, white people don't give a fuck about how we act, how we look, how professional, how educated. Black is black. And you could fall for the whole like, oh, acting like this is why white people don't respect us bullshit if you want to. That shit don't matter. Now, it's degenerates in every culture.
Hey, so before the year is up, I really want black women to decenter being a wife, being a mom, and stop letting respectability politics hold them back. Let me cook. Respectability politics is holding black women back. And I say this with love. Black women are simply having an identity crisis. It's so weird to see black women in a black woman's body cosplaying a white woman. Because we all know that respectability politics was literally created to demoralize black women and force them to assimilate into white societal standards, but standards that were never meant for us to meet.
Welcome to Black Tea with Nom D, the space where the spill ain't petty nor messy. It's medicine, the spill that heals. Transparency cuts through confusion. Empathy restores humanity. Accountability replaces quiescence with responsibility. That's the real TEA. Not gossip, but growth. Not shame, but truth. Sip slow, heal deep, stay black. Now here's your host, Nom D.
Peace. I'm Lumd, the host. In the modern socio-political landscape, respectability politics has become a divisive term, particularly among younger generations of Black Americans, especially Gen Z. What was once a strategic approach to preserving dignity and survival in the face of systemic racism is now widely criticized by many as a form of cultural betrayal or assimilation. For some, particularly within Black Gen Z circles, respectability has become synonymous with repression, an antiquated code imposed by out-of-touch elders and conservative institutions. Yet in this rejection, some members of Gen Z, particularly women, have begun to weaponize the term respectability politics as a shield against cultural accountability. In doing so, they blur the lines between oppressive judgment and rightful critique. What's being lost in this generational shift is a collective understanding that many Black traditions, including those regarding behavior, dress, and public decorum, were not rooted in white approval, but in ancestral wisdom, protection, and self-discipline. Today we seek to clarify what respectability politics originally meant, explore its etymology and historical context, analyze the work of its coiner, Evelyn Brooks Higginbotham, and examine how its misuse among some in Gen Z, particularly as a deflection from critique of hypersexual behavior or public attire, distorts its original purpose.
The term respectability originates from the Latin respectus, meaning regard or consideration. Over time, it evolved in English to mean social decency or moral uprightness, particularly when measured against societal norms. Politics comes from the Greek politik, meaning affairs of the cities, and refers to the structures, strategies, and power relations that shape societal life. Together, politics of respectability refers to a strategic positioning of behavior. The phrase politics of respectability was coined by Evelyn Brooks Higginbotham in her 1993 book, Righteous Discontent, The Women's Movement in the Black Baptist Church, 1880 to 1920. Higginbotham, a black feminist historian, focused on how middle-class black Baptist women during Jim Crow combated racist caricatures by modeling piety, modesty, and moral discipline. A recurring flashpoint in debates about respectability politics today centers around Black Gen Z's embrace of casual, homebound attire in public spaces, notably bonnets, slides, and pajamas worn in airports, malls, grocery stores, and even schools. This debate erupted in public discourse when comedian and actress Monique posted a viral video in 2021 asking Black women to represent ourselves with pride and to stop wearing bonnets in public.
Hey, my sweet babies, my name is Monique, and if I ran the world, I would ban goddamn bonnets, slippers, and pajamas out in public. And let me tell you why I'll ban that shit. I will ban it because I don't know if you washed your ass or not. I've got to assume if you clean. I've got to assume if you've brushed your teeth. I'm not saying bonnets are bad. Bonnets are for home, and they're not even really goddamn bonnets. They shower caps. They can make us buy any damn thing. A bonnet is from Little House in the Prairie where they tied it around their damn throat. But that damn bonnet outside with the whole Halloween costume, you can wear that only on Halloween day. The bonnet, the pajamas, and the slippers. And I was so grateful when the gynecologist put a note up on their door. You cannot come in here and get checked if you have on a bonnet, pajamas, and slippers, because I don't know if I'm gonna smell a whiff of wolf. I don't know if the ass is clean. I don't know what it is. Black women, you are beautiful. We are supposed to show all of our beauty and our glory every time we step out our houses. So think about the little girls coming behind you when you're in the store in your Halloween costume. My name is Monique.
Many applauded her for upholding cultural standards. Others condemned her as promoting respectability politics, asserting that comfort and authenticity matter more than appearance. But this isn't simply about fashion or freedom. It's about function, readiness, and the symbolic language of clothing.
Listen, America elected a white supremacist sexual assaulter felon as president. So why the fuck do you still believe in respectability politics? Wear that damn bonnet outside. That's really what this video is about. I don't give a fuck what them Gen X Negroes be talking about. Them Gen X Negroes hate to see me walk outside, because guess what? I gotta run some errands today, and I'm doing it in the damn bonnet. I'm gonna walk outside like this. And I'm coming back inside the car like this. You feel what I'm saying?
The pros of casual attire. Comfort. Bonnets and slides offer relaxation in an increasingly stressful world. They serve as mental ease, especially for individuals juggling work, school, and childcare. Cultural solidarity. Wearing bonnets or do-rags is often a form of cultural affirmation, signaling Blackness unapologetically. Anti-surveillance. For some, dressing casually in white-dominated public spaces is an act of resistance, a refusal to perform. The cons and cultural risks. Unpreparedness. Wearing sleepwear outside the home often suggests a lack of readiness for professional or emergency interaction. What if you meet a potential employer? What if you're caught outside in a thunderstorm and there's mud everywhere and you have on slides and no umbrella? Clothing, like a toolbox, should prepare you for possibility, perception, and opportunity. Whether we like it or not, we are often judged before we speak. Clothes speak for us. They can open doors or close them. Cultural dissonance. Historically, Black communities dressed up for travel, church, and public presence not out of assimilation, but out of respect for self, space, and collective identity. The core idea here is simple yet profound. Present yourself to the world prepared for opportunity, conflict, or emergency. In this light, Clothes are not merely about style or status. They are utilitarian armor, adaptable to weather, environment, and society. To be caught outside in pajamas and slides is to be ill-equipped, not just for fashion critique, but for the unpredictability of life itself. As the elders once said, stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
What do y'all want me to do when y'all kids talk back? What do you want the teacher to do when your kid talks back? What is talking back? I give a response that has no need for a second response. There's an opportunity for us to go back, forth, and forth. When I'm having a conversation with you, you might disagree with the statement. But when I, a teacher, give a directive to said student, yours, and they talk back, what am I supposed to do? Because if I give them a consequence, I'll call you about it. I talk to admin or leadership about it. Oh, that's just too much. You making a big deal out of nothing. Why can't they say anything back to you? I grew up under the no talk back life. You know what I'm saying? Like you talk back to my mom. You say what with the wrong tone? The babes, there's not this level of reverence for authority. Not power. I say what I say because I said what I said. But like, there are levels to this, babe. I am a teacher. I'm an adult. I am quote unquote above you, so to speak. So I get to make the decisions. I worked this hard to get here to make these decisions. You as a student, as a child, I don't want to say stay in a child's place, but you do have a position that is not in my level of authority. And we have to follow those things. If y'all aren't teaching your kids just how to respect certain adults, that talking back, what am I supposed to do when they talk back to me? Because you be saying, well, my kid don't have to do that. My kid don't do that. Okay, so you tell me, what do I do when your kid talks back to me? Tell me.
Today, some Black Gen Z women deflect critiques of overly sexualized or inappropriate dress, especially in front of children or elders, by labeling them as respectability politics. But we must ask, is every critique oppressive? Or are some simply reminders of communal values? For example, wearing thong-cut shorts to a daycare event or sheer tops to the grocery store with children present isn't about expression, it's about misplacement. And when elders express concern, it's not always rooted in patriarchal control. Often it stems from the same tradition that once taught us to dress well for church or to iron our shirts before school, not to please whiteness, but to walk with dignity. To confuse community accountability with cultural suppression is to avoid the hard work of maturing into responsibility. A community has the right to establish norms of conduct, especially if those norms are tied to protection, heritage, and dignity. Black culture has always had behavioral boundaries, not to appease whiteness, but to affirm worth. Modesty wasn't repression, it was honor. Clean speech wasn't censorship, it was self-discipline. Respect for elders wasn't authoritarian, it was ancestral. When we abandon ancestral codes, when we defend every choice in the name of freedom, we risk becoming unmoored from the very cultural strength that carried us through centuries of oppression. Clothing, behavior, and public presence are not merely expressions of self. They are reflections of legacy. Let us dress, speak, and carry ourselves like those who know who we are, where we come from, and what we're prepared for. It's time to spill the real TEA, not gossip, but growth, not shame, but truth. Sip slow, heal deep, stay black. Peace.